Monday, Philippines.
You're now listening to 93.2 GSC Radio.
Broadcasting live only here on General Santos City.
Your news, our business.
This is your news anchor, Erica Macantan.
And Arian Armero. Bringing you the hottest news.
For the headlines.
Jensen City Council works to focus on the approved 3 billion pesos budget.
Fierce fighting between Israel and Hamas around the southern city of Khan Yunis in Gaza.
Congress ratifies proposed 5.768 trillion national budget for 2024.
International 2023 runner-up and three-time major champions Gaming Gladiators only need one clash in Game 1 to overturn things around.
Chris Brina is pregnant with her first baby. For the local news, Jensen City Council works to focus on the approved 3 billion pesos budget. Miss Ivy Tortogo, report.
City Council worked to focus on the approved 3 billion pesos budget to be used in the city next year. General Santos City, it is the job of the council to focus on the approved 3 billion pesos additional budget to be used in the city next year, said Attorney Ray Cartorjano, co-anchor of the Durales Sedlix program, should be focused on where this fund should be used since the requested budget is so large. One of those suggested by Attorney Cartorjano will inform the people through social media of the first project to be done in the highly urbanized city. This is so that the people will know what project the aforementioned funds will be applied to, and the requested budget will be decided by the council. Ivy Tortogo, reporting.
For the international news, fierce fighting between Israel and Hamas around the southern city of Khan Yunis in Gaza. Miss Bonneville Autan, report.
It is rarely airstrike obliterated for the family have inconvenience. The hospitals are overflowing with the dead and injured. Parents and children had lost and grief. The UN now says 90% of Gaza's population has been displaced, merely 2 million men, women, and children nearly all going without food. Half of them are starving.
The suffering of the children in Gaza is, I think it's unmatched.
But the fighting dragged on and on. The US veto human resolution immediate ceasefire for the only permanent member to do so. Bonneville Autan, reporting.
For our national news, Congress ratifies proposed 5.768 trillion national budget for 2024. Arian Armero, report.
The Philippines Congress on Monday, December 11, approved the proposed 5.768 trillion national budget for 2024. Congress approved of the budget bill paves the way for its submission to President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who will sign it into law. The Senate and the House of Representatives earlier separately ratifies the Bicameral Conference Committee report reconciling the two chambers' version of the budget bill. Senator Sonny Agara, chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, said that the budget ratified by Congress did not restore the confidential funds of the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education bought under Sara Duterte. He also said that no lawmaker pushed for the resettlement of Duterte's confidential funds totaling 650 million amid question about the Vice President won 25 million confidential funds in 2022. House earlier struck the DepEd and the OVP of confidential funds for 2024 and relying this fund to augment the budget of government agency at the forefront of effort to address tension in the West Philippine Sea. Agara said that the education sector remains the top priority of the government budget. The increase made to our education agency support ongoing effort to make educational opportunity more available and accessible for government assistance and subsidy of the DepEd Department of Education to imply the senior high school voucher program for the Tulong Dunog program of the Commission on Higher Education or CHED and the Tulong Trabaho Fund, the Training Work for Scholarship program or the TWSP, and the Special Training for Employment program or STEP. Agara also said that the proposed 24 budget is enough to sustain the country's growth. Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel vote against certifying the 2024 budget bill, noting that the program appropriation in the final version of the 2024 national budget increased by about 450 billion from the original proposal of 281.9 billion. The original proposal of the President was 281.9 billion, but the ending is 731.4 billion, or an increase roughly 450 billion as a result of the BICAM meetings. Close to trip the proposed and program appropriation by the exclusive, may we know what happened, Pimentel asking Agara. Agara replied that this was to provide fiscal space in the program appropriation for other items that were proposed by lawmakers from both houses of Congress. In her manifestation on the Bicameral Conference Committee report, ACT teachers Representative Franz cite both flaws and small victories in the 2024 budget, such as the budget cut of the Barangay Development Program of the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict from 8.64 billion to 2.16 billion in the removal or reduction of the confidential funds of something agency, including the OVP, DepEd, and the Department of Agriculture. Castro noted the domestically increase in the educational budget, 6.5 million para sa improvement and acquisition of school site lamang idinagdag ng Kongreso sa panungkalang budget ng exclusive puro ban and solution kagaya ng ICS, MAIP at tupad ang dinagdag ng budget, she said. Despite the classroom shortage and the huge class size, Congress only added 100 million for basic education facilities and 5 million for improvement and acquisition of school site. Despite the classroom shortage and the huge class size, Congress only added 100 million for basic education facilities and 6.5 million for improvement and acquisition of school site in the budget submitted by the exclusive. The ones that got budget increase are Mary Bond Ed, solution like AICS, MIP, and Tupad. Castro also noted that the details of what was ratified by the bicameral committee had yet to present to them. While no confidential funds were approved, Castro flagged a special provision for continent funds which allows the issuance of confidential and intelligent funds to department and agency not concerned with the security if the president certifies as to the extreme necessity. The vice president have been in the spotlight after it was revealed that the office of the president transferred 1.5 million in confidential funds to her office in 2022. So far, there are the 3 petitions before the Supreme Court questioning the legality of this move, the latest field of Makabayan lawmakers and activists. Gabriela Representative Arlene Brusas, for her part, said, "This national budget cannot even address one of the biggest problems in our country, food security and subsidy to rice farmer." She pointed out that the country also allocated much of the budget to infrastructure and defense instead. Last year, Congress approved the 2020 budget bill on December 5 and the President signed it on December 16. The Senate in the House earlier eyed the submission of the final copy of the 2024 budget to the office of the President by December 10 so that he could sign it by December or before his trip to Japan. Marcos will fly to Tokyo on Friday, December 15 to attend a commemorative summit for the 15th year of friendship and cooperation between the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and Japan. Arian A. Armero reporting.
For our sports news, International 2023 runner-up and 3-time major champions Gaming Gladiators only need one clash in Game 1 to overturn things around. Rose Joy Puay reports.
On the verge of dying, Anton Deracchio Shipper dubs Luna, Pop Satanic and Black King Bar to keep him alive during the battle. But before that, Carlos Manalo's trained protector died and Blackbeast was forced to defend high ground at a 4v5 disadvantage. The bodies of the Pinoy team piled up as Gigi's Luna killed Abid Yusuf's Timbursa to extend Deracchio's unstoppable streak and also to force the good game. It was all downhill from then as Blacklist did gain any positive momentum on their side. They were stomped by Klimet, Papi, Ivanov lead team Secret, who knocked at the front door as early as 22 minutes in Game 1 with a 12k gold advantage and Aegis of the Immortal on their Troll Warlord. This is Rosjoy Ipuay reporting.
For the showbiz, Chris Bernal is pregnant with her first baby. Miss Erica Macantan, report!
Chika Minute! Chris Bernal and husband Perry Choi are expecting their first child together. In a series of creative film posters posted on her Instagram page on Friday, Chris happily announced that she and her businessman partner will soon become mom and dad. They are set together their baby in August.
And then si Perry, parang gusto niya rin ng girl kasi gusto niya ng mini version ko.
For the headlines,
Jensen City Council works to focus on the approved 3 billion pesos budget.
fierce fighting between Israel and Hamas around the southern city of Khan Yunis in Gaza.
Congress ratifies proposed 5.768 trillion national budget for 2024.
International 2023 runner-up and three-time major champions Gaming Gladiators only need one clash in Game 1 to overturn things around.
Chris Bernal is pregnant with her first baby.
That's all for today's news.
Once again, I am Arian A. Amero.
And Erica Macantan.
This is 93.2 GSA Radio.
Your news,
Our business.
10 days ago before Christmas.